Hello and welcome to the final round of the Spec Esports PS4 Pacific Series Tier 2. My name is Expert and I'll be your commentator for one last time around the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We are this afternoon. We are here in the Yas Marina circuit for round 21. As I said, $1.5 billion went into this circuit to make it around, I think it was 2009 it was first raced around, if I'm correct. But anyway, as I said, it is the last round of the Spec Esports Tier 2 or Pacific Series for tonight. This phenomenal track has 21 corners that cover the 5.552 kilometers in it. The 2019 winner, as the majority of people know, Lewis Hamilton, took out the win, and also he was finally able to claim his 6th Formula 1 world title, and the most wins around here is not at all surprising, Lewis Hamilton. We're going to have a quick look now at your championship standings. As you can see, Curving Texas has wrapped up the championship pretty easily. As you can see, he's pretty much won the majority of the rounds. He is sitting on 452 points, I believe. I'll try and zoom this in a bit so I can see. Yes, it is. And then Shumbo at the moment sitting in second for the Racing Point team on 235. So there's 217 points between first and second at the moment. So that's definitely a massive achievement there to Curving Texas. Congratulations, and he will be able to claim his title here for after this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix for tonight's race. And then we have Go 01 GT in the Red Bull, who is sitting in P3 in the championship at the moment. I think he's pretty much wrapped that up, as there's 55 points behind him, but 4th, 5th, and 6th, as you can see at the right side of your screen, there is actually a pretty close gap at the moment. The gap between them all is 167, 154, 151 points between Kickbutt Kiwi, Skarskulls, and Artie Sheng. So that can be tight, and that will come down to the wire at the end of this Grand Prix, especially if one of them retire. That will completely ruin their championship standings. But then Misty Griffin is currently sitting in P7 at the moment on 118 points, a little bit further behind that little battle back there, and then sitting on 94 points behind him is CRZ Footy in P8. P9 at the moment is Honest Crook for Mercedes, and rounding out your top 10 is Celts 360 for McLaren. Then in the Williams, it's Ken Tenma, who's going to be wanting to move up a few more positions. He's in a little tight battle there with Celts, I do believe. And then El Tonki's also in that battle as well. So is Kid Million and Kaizen. This could be a little tight battle as well. So that's going to be one to look for after the Grand Prix this afternoon. Kaizem in 14th, 15th is Aussie F1, P16 is Smowgrass for McLaren. Then we got 3 reserve drivers of Barbsy, the Big Steves, and Banana Cake Pie sitting in 17th, 18th, and 19th, and rounding out your top 20. Actually, never mind about that. Then in 20, I should say, is Warrior Wasp for Haas F1 team. Now we're going to have a quick look at your constructors standings. As I can hear in the background, the drivers heading out for their 18-minute qualifying session. Haas has pretty much wrapped up their constructors title for this afternoon as well, having a pretty decent lead on the Alfa Romeo Racing team. So that's another achievement there for the Haas team. Congratulations to them. Racing Point coming home in P3 at the moment. Looks like that's pretty much going to be settled as well for the top 3. But definitely not for P4 though. Ferrari. Actually, no, it's not. Racing Point, Ferrari, Red Bull are all actually pretty decently close to each other at the moment. So that could be interesting to see if any teams move between those 3. Then Toro Rosso is in P6. They're a little bit further behind on that battle pack, but don't think it would be possible for them to catch up. Mercedes are sitting behind Toro Rosso at the moment on 81 points, but I personally don't think... Actually, unless Toro Rosso have a really, really bad afternoon with both of their drivers out of the points and both the Mercedes getting good points, they may potentially be able to beat Toro Rosso, but that'll be one to watch. But Mercedes are in a little tie battle with the team that they'll be supplying their motor with in 2021, and that is McLaren sitting in P8 at the moment. Then you got Williams in P9, and then could potentially be a little battle as well between Williams and Renault are sitting on 40 points here for this afternoon's race. As you can see now, here are the drivers heading out for their qualifying session here for this afternoon's Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Pretty much in the twilight now. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'm talking in game, so I don't want to talk to... I don't want the drivers to be distracted. . Alright, sweet. Sorry about that. I just didn't want the drivers to be hearing me. But as it stands, with 13 minutes remaining, the majority of drivers are heading out now for their first runs. Aussie Suspect is sitting in the prime spot at the moment. MP1 ahead of the two Renault drivers of Banana Cake Pie and Blocky Rex. There's 16 drivers here this afternoon battling it out for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Flogger Woggles MP4 for Racing Point. El Tonki in P5 for Red Bull. Actually, he has not set a lap yet. Only the top four have set a lap as it stands. Try and find a driver that is finishing their lap. With the first of the Ferrari drivers of Scarsols. He's going to come around the final corner now. Straight line the exit. See where he managed to get up to. Only P6 here as Curving Texas now. Championship elect for the Race Spec Esports Pacific Series Tier 2. Sits MP5 at the moment, and Scarsol slots right in behind him for P6. Is that Toto finishing a lap? That is Toto finishing a lap. He's going to slot into P8 for the Williams team. Ken Tenmar now has done a nice performance. He's got up into P4 for the Williams team. Nice job from him. Currently there has only been 9 drivers that have set a lap as it stands. Here is Shumbo, the driver that's going to most likely finish P2 for this championship. He's actually run out of fuel here, so I'm not too sure what's happened there with Shumbo. He's obviously underfueled the car. So now he's going to have to go and do a full lap of the Yas Marina circuit with no fuel. So that's going to... Oh, he just actually got in the way there of Aussie Suspect. So that could potentially be a penalty there for the Racing Point driver. Just completely got in the way of Aussie Suspect, who was starting his second run. And I believe he just got in the way again. He did of Smokegrass, but I believe that's his AI car. Which unfortunately it's not ghosted, so that's unfortunate there for Smokegrass. Aussie Suspect obviously not very happy with that. It looks like Shumbo's actually got his AI driving for him as at the moment, so... And now Aussie Suspect's just got a 5-place grid penalty for a contact as well. With the driver that blocked him of Smokegrass, no, not Smokegrass, Shumbo, I should say. Anyway, it looks like Aussie Suspect's about to start another lap anyway, because he only completed about 2 corners, I should say. It was 2 corners. I actually think he's backed out of this lap already. He may not have enough fuel. But Shumbo now has turned off his AI mode. Candy Cane now has left the session, so hopefully he's able to join back. See some of the drivers heading out of the pit lane now. That's Banana Cake Pie, and I do believe Ken Tenmar as well. No, that's not Ken Tenmar. That's his teammate of Toto heading out of the pits, as you can see. But I do believe that was actually Ken Tenmar, who's sitting in a P4 at the moment. Is on a flying lap now. Coming to the final corner, he comes. Where's this going to move him into? He's going to come across the line now. He's going to move into P2 for the Williams team. Nice job from him. 2/10 off the pace as it stands. I do believe this will be Ken Tenmar's best qualifying position for this season. Goes 01 GT now has crossed the line. He's the second driver. Actually, no, he's 1/5 of a second away from moving into that 1 minute 35 mark that Aussie Suspect has moved into. I'm not sure if Aussie Suspect's going again. He probably wouldn't have any fuel considering this would be his 3rd lap. And he would have only fueled the car for probably 2 laps max. Anyway. Can't find a driver there. It is on a hot lap, as you can see. Blocky Rex now. In the Renault. Is on a lap. So we're going to ride on board with him as now he opens DRS nice and wide down the back straight. Or one of the back straights, I should say. He goes. Break of the 100-meter board. Nice job. Down the first gear. I don't normally see that, but anyway. Opens DRS again for the 2nd time. Ghost 01 GT gets out of the way. Keeps it nicely to the left just to minimize the amount of track he has to do. Very hard to get your braking spot right there if you don't have racing line on, because there's not much for you to be using as a brake marker. Starting to lag a little bit now is the Renault driver, so hopefully that stops. He's 8/10ths down, as you can, sorry, 8/100ths of a second down on his time, as you saw at the top right of your screen there. Heading into this tricky right-hander, runs a little bit deep. That's going to cost him a bit of time. Yellow flag in sector 2 and 3. I don't think anybody's crashed. It might just be drivers getting out of the way. But he's going to come through the final corner now. Turns in a little bit early and has to correct the steering. So that's going to cost him a bit of time. I don't think he's going to improve on this lap, which he didn't there. He was 6/100ths of a second slower. That lap was the Renault driver. Then you can see Smokegrass now is out on a out lap. El Tonki's on a flying lap. So we're going to ride on board with him as he's coming through the final sector now. Gets the car turned in nicely, a little bit deeper than I think he would have liked to. Runs wide there through that left-hander. Under the Rolex bridge he goes, through the penultimate corner, locks the inside front, so that's going to cost him a little bit. Brake at the beginning of the exit curb, so the entry curb I should say. Across the line, El Tonki goes, he moves himself up into P7, nice job from the Red Bull driver. But now the fastest lap goes to Scarsouls with the 1 minute 35.25 I should say. 4/10ths of a second faster than anyone else at the moment. It's a nice job there from the Ferrari. But we're still currently waiting on Shumbo, Candy Cane, and Honest Crook to set a lap. Candy Cane is still in the pit, so is Shumbo, but Honest Crook looks like he's about to be starting a lap, as you can see. For the Mercedes team, we're going to see he gets that exit wrong, though, so that's going to cost him down the straight. But anyway, there's 5 minutes remaining in the session, so he looks like he's going to be only doing one run. So I'll try and find a driver that is on their fast lap. It looks like Floggle Woggles is on a fast lap. We may be coming into the pit lane, actually. I think he is. He is coming into the pits. Is the Racing Point driver. But here we have Smokegrass now. It may actually be potentially blocked again by this McLaren. He's trying to get a bit of a toe off him. He probably may have cost him very slightly there. Did that Racing Point. That was actually Shumbo. Down in P15 at the moment. But Smokegrass actually misses that apex massively. Locks the inside front. I think he's going to back out of this and go again. Completely screwed up the chicane. Ran wide again. So this is not going to be a very nice lap there for the McLaren driver. Probably going to back out of it. Yeah, he's coming into the pits now. Is the McLaren driver, but Honest Crook, I think, will be finishing a lap very soon. Ran wide through that left-hander, though. That's going to cost him. That's Scarsouls, the current man that's sitting in P2, but our championship leader, Curving Texas, now has moved to pole position with a 1 minute 34, I think that says, 0.8. That is, but now Honest Crook moves up into P8. Nice job there from the Mercedes driver. But our current champion-elect, Curving Texas, has moved up into pole position with a 1 minute 34.875. Much quicker than anyone else at the moment. 7/10ths of a second faster than P2 of Scarsouls. Moves out of the way. All Floggle Woggles does. Honest Crook there. Aussie Suspect now is doing his final run, I do believe. Gets a bit of oversteer though. Managed to get it turned to the corner though, nicely. Through the penultimate corner. Clips the curb nicely, runs a bit wide, gets a bit of oversteer though. Break at the entry curb. Still getting a bit of oversteer, which is going to cost him a bit. But unfortunately, it was 0.5 of a second slower that lap, so that definitely was not a nice lap there from the harsh driver. Anyway, you're going to have a look at your screen now. You will see the current standings for the Race Spec Esports PS4 Tier 2 series. On your screen at the right hand side, Curving Texas obviously has already wrapped up the standings, or the championship I should say, ahead of Shumbo and Go01 GT sitting in P2 and P3. Aussie Suspect looks like he's doing another lap now. As you can see, he's got low ERS, so that's definitely going to cost him towards the end of the lap, if anything. He's still continuing on though. He has 8% ERS to manipulate, but he's coming through the final sector now. Is Aussie Suspect. Ran wide on exit. Could that have potentially invalidated his lap time? He's going to come across the line though right about now. And he moves himself. Actually, no, he was in P5. I don't think he improved. He was 0.4 of a second slower there. But now Shumbo, for the racing point with 1 minute and 45 seconds remaining, has moved up into P2. I do believe that was his only run as well. Moving up into 1 minute 35.2. So nice job from him. And also Curving Texas is still leading the way by a pretty large margin. As it stands, I think the majority of drivers will be out now for their final run. Who's this driver trying to get out of the way? That's Aussie Suspect, just getting out of the way of all the drivers that are on a fast lap. El Tonki gets out of the way in the Red Bull. He's currently sitting in P11, so he's going to be wanting to move up a few more positions. Now, this is Kickbutt Kiwi now. In P7, he's coming down the back straight. This will be his final run as there is a minute remaining in the session. Gets it turned in nicely. Munches that curb. Potentially could have unsettled the car for that next right-hander in that little chicane at the end of the first back straight. Now down the second back straight he goes. Turns it in nicely for this left-hander now through this right-left chicane. Very easy to lose the car as the majority of these corners through here are off-cambered. But he's coming through the final sector now. He's heading up to the hotel section. Under the hotel he goes. Uses all the entry road available. Does Kickbutt Kiwi in the Alfa Romeo. We're about to see where he's going to be able to move up to. Every driver at the moment except for Honest Crook is elected to use the soft tyres, but there is 10 seconds remaining in the session and he has moved himself up into P4. Has the Alfa Romeo driver. Nice job from him. Try and find another driver that is on a fast lap. This is Ken Tenma now. Hopefully he's able to improve his time. Does he? No, unfortunately. He does actually improve his time. But unfortunately it was not enough to move him up any spots in the end. So he's going to have to settle for P9 there. On Go01 GT has not been able to do his final run, or he's backed out of it. So that's unfortunate for him. He's going to have to settle for P6 or worse. Banana Cake Pie is on a lap now. He doesn't actually seem to be improving on his time. He's a 10th down, so he's going to have a really quick final sector if he wants to be able to move up at all. He's going to come across the line now. He moves up ahead of Kickbutt Kiwi just slightly, 0.2 of a second. He managed to improve. Woggle Woggles is coming across the line now. Where does he move up to? Unfortunately, he was slower on the lap. That's unfortunate for him, but El Tonki seems like he will be the last driver to complete a lap. Where's Toto? Toto's backed out of his lap, getting out of the way of all the drivers. So this is the man. This is the only man that can pretty much get pole position now. Take it away from our champion-elect of Curving Texas. Runs wide though, and that's going to cost him heaps of time. I'm going to have a quick look, see if he's up on his delta. It's not telling us, unfortunately, so... I think he's backed out of this lap, to be honest. But anyway, by the looks of it, it will be Curving Texas, our champion-elect that has taken pole position ahead of the Racing Point of Shumbo that is currently sitting in P2 in the championship, 1-2 in the championship, sitting on the front row of the grid for the final race at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Scarsoul's sitting in P3 for the Ferrari team. Nice job from him. Ahead of Banana Cake Pie in P4 for Renault. Kickbutt Kiwi came home P5 for Alfa Romeo. P6 was Go 01 GT. P7 Blocky Rex and for Renault. P8 was Aussie Suspect for Haas. Ken Tenma P9, and Renier top 10 was the Mercedes of Honest Crook, who will be the first and only driver starting on the medium tyre, so that will be definitely one of the drivers to watch out for. Flogger Woggles came home P11 for Racing Point. P12 was El Tonki for Red Bull. Smokegrass in P13, who unfortunately got his lap blocked towards the end of the session, so that's unfortunate for him. P14 is Toto for Williams, and P15 going to be starting on the final row is Golden Alpine with Candy Cane, who unfortunately I do believe had a few connection issues at the start of this qualifying session, so he's going to be starting on the final row of the grid for this afternoon's Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Let me know in the comment section who you think's going to win this afternoon's race, or your predictions for the race. You can see now the qualifying session has concluded. Anyway, as you can see, as I read out to you, your provisional results here for the Race Spec Esports. Sorry about that. Pacific Series Tier 2 around the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We're going to let the drivers now head over to the grid for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Let me know in the chat, the live chat, who you think is going to win this race, or your podium, I should say, your top 3 for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. As you can see now on your screens, the drivers are heading out for their formation lap one last time around the Yas Marina circuit. If you are new to the stream as well, please do hit that subscribe button and check out our social medias as well. Twitter at RaceSpec Esports, our Instagram at race.spec, and our Facebook, RaceSpec F1 Esports. Go check them out, leave a like or follow to always get notified about results and when the next upcoming season will be, which I will put on your screen now. Sign-ups for Season 2 of the Regional Series. That includes the Pacific Series that we are currently racing. There is 2 tiers for that. Hoping to extend that to 3. We already have 150 drivers signed up for the Regional Series across America, European, and Pacific Series. Hoping to extend the Pacific Series up to 3 tiers potentially if we can get enough drivers. But the link is in the description below if you are wanting to check out the Spec Esports League. There is also a link to the Discord server. If you are wanting to ask a few questions before you sign up, just hit that link, join the Discord server and ask one of the managers or the administrators, and they will be more than happy to answer your questions. But anyway, after yesterday's qualifying session, it was Curving Texas that took out the pole position, backing everyone up now to keep everyone nice and closely so his tyres don't get too cold, waiting for everyone to get onto the grid. Shumbo came home P2 for Racing Point ahead of Scar Souls, MP3, Banana Cake Pie, MP4 for Renault, P5 was Kickbutt Kiwi ahead of Go01 GT, MP6, Blocky Rex, MP7 ahead of Ken Tenma and P8, who unfortunately is already on the grid. He must have had a little bit of a tangle with someone. Honest Crook MP9, he must have had an incident with him as it seems. And then it was Flogger Woggles rounding out your top 10. I think everyone's actually moved up a spot because Smokegrass, I do believe, actually it was Aussie Suspect, had a 5-place grid penalty in the end. El Tonki came home in P11 ahead of Smokegrass, Aussie Suspect, Toto, Golden Alpine, and Candy Cane rounding out your grid. For this afternoon's Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, waiting for the light sequence to begin now. Okay, I think there's actually been another glitch with the game. Oh, this can't be serious. Oh, that's somewhat annoying. Okay, I think Candy Cane's realised, so we will be right back with you. We do apologise for this technical difficulty with the lobby, but we will get back to you in a second with hopefully a resolution to this, but we'll see. Be right back. Okay, we do apologise about that, but unfortunately now the race has begun. I didn't realise that, but that's actually the Racing Point there at Flogger Woggles, straight away making contact there with the Renault. Unfortunately, we missed the whole first sector. I do apologise for that. I wasn't realising what happened, but Candy Cane is now has a massive lead ahead of everyone, so I think he's going to probably wait. No, he's actually going to continue. But anyway, hopefully he does wait up so that we can probably equalise this a little bit, at least let everyone catch up. You can say him first probably, but you know. We do apologise for that little technical difficulty with the lobby. But anyway, Candy Cane leads the way now. Faster than anyone. By a fair margin. As you can see, due to him being the only driver that's actually been allowed to go off the line. And the other drivers having to wait like another 30-40 seconds before they were allowed. Obviously some connection issues. We do apologise about that. The Curving Texas is now sitting in P2 for the Haas driver. Is the Haas driver ahead of Scar Souls in P3. Got this nice shot here. In between the hotels. They go. See, there's already kind of a pretty big gap at the moment. But anyway. Heading on to lap 2 now. Candy Cane leads away ahead of Curving Texas. Then Scar Souls sits in P3 at the moment for Red Bull. Ahead of Kickbutt Kiwi in P4 for Alfa Romeo. P5 is Banana Cake Pie. P6 is Go01 GT. Ahead of Block Rex 9779 for Renault, who's got Honest Crook right behind him. Flogger Woggles is already making a little battle pack behind him in P9 ahead of Toto, who's now actually had a big incident there. That's a big off there for Aussie Suspect and Toto. Through turn 2 they went. They just touched wheels and unfortunately spun them both around. That's a Toro Rosso there of Golden Alpine. Slicing his way through. That's unfortunate there for the Williams and the Haas driver. Candy Cane at the moment has a 25 second lead as it stands on lap 2. That's definitely got to be a record, but anyway. He's actually up 15 spots as well because he started P15. Now DRS is enabled for the Grand Prix. Here we are on board at the moment with our champion-elect, Curving Texas. Everyone seems to be pretty spread out, so I'm not too sure if some people got let out of the grid in bunches, but that's unfortunate there for some of the drivers because they are going to be dropping a few spots. As you can see, Shumbo, I think, has had a few technical difficulties. He's unfortunately, I do believe, retired from the session. As you can see, here's a little tight battle pack between Toto Golden Alpine and Aussie Suspect. I think the two drivers ahead of Golden Alpine have got ahead of Aussie Suspect and the two drivers of Aussie Suspect and Toto have just got ahead of Golden Alpine. After their little incident they just had, Golden Alpine, I think, has a bit of front wing damage. No, he was just understeering wide, unfortunately. But Candy Cane still leads the way, 38 seconds ahead of Curving Texas. Scar Souls is now sitting MP3 at the moment. Now, Scar Souls has left the session, so that's unfortunate there for the Ferrari driver. He's gonna unfortunately be controlled by the AI driver for a little while, so that's gonna cost him probably a few positions, unfortunately, for the Ferrari driver. He's fortunately joined back now, so that's good for the Ferrari driver. Hopefully he can get back in that car and not lose too many positions. I think he'll be able to join back in a second. Should only fall behind Banana Cake Pie by the time he gets back in that car. Potentially even go 01 GT, but that will be the absolute worst of it. There he is. He's now back driving the car, but that's actually Kickbutt Kiwi that's had an incident there. Now he's actually had a half spin, and he's dropped a position to Banana Cake Pie, MP3. And now he's dropped back down to P4, has Kickbutt Q. He's lost a lot of time now to Curving Texas. Go 01 GT is now going to head to Scar Souls, who unfortunately just disconnected from the session. Honest Crook sitting MP7 at the moment for Mercedes. He's got a little gap between him, in front of him and behind him. Blocky Rex is in the same boat. Floggle Woggles now has El Tonki right behind him. I think Floggle actually does have the front wing damage to his front right end plate. He has damage. That number 98 car is definitely going to be affected going through the twisty parts of the Yas Marina circuit. He's got El Tonki, Ken Tenma, Smokegrass right behind him. Toto's a little bit further behind that group at the moment. We're going to ride on board with Ken Tenma coming down the back straight. It looks like El Tonki's going to be getting a move done on the racing point. I don't think he'll put up too much of a fight. That's actually Floggle Woggles going down the inside now, and he's actually turned around the racing point. Has Floggle Woggles, so that's unfortunate there for Floggle Woggles. That was completely Smokegrass's fault there. He's redressing the position by the looks of it. But he completely turned. He just ran way too deep, trying to make a move on Ken Tenma. Did the McLaren driver, and unfortunately took out the racing point. It was dropped a few positions now. Floggle Woggles was sitting, looking to make a move for P9. Ken Tenma's moved up into P10 now, so he'll be taking a point home as it stands. He's got his eyes on El Tonki in front of him now. Floggle Woggles now obviously seems to be a bit frustrated. He's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple corner cuttings. Smokegrass has fallen back behind him. He may have a bit of front wing damage. He does to his left end plate. Does the McLaren driver. We'll see that in a second when they change view. He actually does to both of his end plates. Actually, no. Only his left end plate. at the moment has Smokegrass got damage to. Scarsiles is now in the pit lane. He's coming out for an early stop. So that could be interesting. 22 laps remain in this Grand Prix. Curving Texas is actually catching up to Candy Cane. It was 38 seconds, I do believe, 2 laps ago, but now he's down to 32, so he's actually catching him pretty quickly. But as you're going to see here, this is the gap. So Curving Candy Cane is coming through the penultimate corner now. And Curving Texas hasn't even finished the second back straight. So this could potentially spice up if there is a safety car towards the end of this race. Be interesting to see how that one plays out. Kickbutt Kiwi has now moved himself back up into P3 ahead of Banana Cake Pie after he had that little incident right here where Ghost 01 GT is now pretty much, but now he's putting a lot of pressure on the Renault in front of him of Banana Cake Pie. Honest Crook is now caught up to the back of that train as well. Remember as well that the Mercedes driver here is on the medium tyres, so he will be out on track for a while before he makes a pit stop. Hoping for a mid-race safety car, he will be. But Block Rex now has a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting multiple times. Ken Tenma now has got ahead of El Tonki and the Red Bull, so now he's moved himself up into P8 as a Williams driver. He's got his eyes now on Blocky Rex, who is 8.5 seconds ahead of that Williams. Ghost 01 GT will have DRS here. So will Honest Crook, but he's a little bit too far back at the moment to make a move. Banana Cake Pie does not have DRS. As you can see at the bottom right hand of your screen, he's going to go easily past him. Is Ghost 01 GT. Going to go down the inside, gets the move done nicely. Does the Red Bull driver. Now he's got his eyes on Kickbutt Kiwi ahead of him for P3. But he's got the run now as Banana Cake Pie because he does have the DRS. They're going to go side by side, coming down the back straight. Goes 01 GT. They actually made slight wheel-to-wheel contact there, but he's going to push him out wide. Is the Red Bull driver, and he manages to hold on to that position in P4. Nice job there from Ghost 01 GT. Now, Honest Crook has his eyes on the Renault in front of him, who had a pretty bad exit there, may I point out as well. About to head into the hotel section. Probably one of the coolest parts of this track. When it darkens, he's actually run wide again there, has the Renault driver. When it gets darker, or later on in this race, you will see that hotel section light up. Now, Honest Crook is right all over the rear gearbox of Banana Cake Pie. Gets a nice exit, does Honest Crook, but unfortunately no DRS down the straight. He is gaining on him. Probably doesn't want to be this close to the Renault because he will get a pretty bad dirty air effect. As you can see, he's having to back out of these corners just to get around them, and that's actually Ghost 01 GT, who has spun around on the exit of turn 3. He's obviously got on the curb and unfortunately run wide, and he's spun around. That's definitely and most likely going to result in him having front wing damage. It does, as you can see, both of his end plates are missing from his car, so he's going to have very severe damage. But Honest Crook now has a really nice run on Banana Cake Pie for the battle for P3. He's going to go down the inside as that number 79 car. He's going to get that move done very easily on that Renault. Nice job there from the Mercedes driver. Now he's got 7.2 seconds. He's got to try and make up to catch up to Curving Texas ahead of him. Curving Texas has now got that gap down to 28 seconds between him and Candy Cane. There is still 21 laps remaining in this Grand Prix, so at this rate, it's anyone's race. There's a yellow flag in Sector 3, and that's the McLaren of Smokegrass. It looks like he's done the exact same thing as what happened there with Ghost 01 GT, and he has lost much more of his front wing by the looks of it. Both of his end plates, he's just driven straight on. I think he will get a penalty for that, but anyway. Unfortunate there for the McLaren driver. But as the drivers now head on to lap 8, Candy Cane still leads the way. Ahead of Curving Texas, he's now held that gap down to 26 seconds. As Curving Texas, he's reeling Candy Cane in. Our champion-elect definitely showing why he has 200 odd points ahead of anyone else at the moment. Honest Crook sitting in P3 now. He's got his eyes on Curving Texas. He's actually slightly catching him. Last lap it was 7.3 seconds between P2 and 3, and now he's got that gap down to 6.8. So nice job. It looks like the Mercedes driver is catching up. Definitely wouldn't think so considering Honest Crook is on the medium tire and Curving Texas is on the hard. What's that? That's actually Blocky Rex there, who's unfortunately done the exact same thing as Go01 GT and Smokegrass has done by the looks of it. I believe he just got a little tangle there with Scar Souls and Kickback Kiwi, but I'm not too sure what's happened there. Go01 GT and Ken Tenma are in the pit lane. He's just come out of the pits now, has Go01. Ken Tenma's just exiting the pits now. Aussie Suspects a little bit too far behind to make a move on Ken Tenma. Ken's about to start his 9th lap. Little battle here by the looks of it going on between Blocky Rex and El Tonki. Dives down the inside, does a Renault driver. He pushes the Red Bull out wide. This is currently 2 Renaults and a Red Bull going at it. They're going to go 3 wide down the back straight. He's going to try and make the move go. Here's Banana Cake Pie. He tries to go around the outside, but the Red Bull defends it. But there may be a little bit of contact. He's going to dive down the inside as Banana Cake, but unfortunately, El Tonki was deeper under brakes, and that moves Banana Cake Pie up into P7. El Tonki manages to hold on to P6. I do believe Blocky just got passed by his teammate there for P8 as well. That's Banana Cake Pie trying to make a move on El Tonki, but El Tonki defends the inside line. He's got a really bad run though. He's going to try and hang it around the outside. It's Banana Cake Pie. Will he get the move done? He just went around the outside there of El Tonki. What a move there from the Renault driver of Banana Cake Pie. Definitely want to submit to the Race Spec Esports overtakes of the week. But anyway, El Tonki's not going to be happy with that, but anyway. Blocky Rex now comes into the pit lane as he does have that front wing damage. As you can see, that's Ken Tenma now, who's just put on a fresh set of medium tyres. That's the benefit of Honest Crook starting on that medium tyre, because he can go very long into this Grand Prix. As that's actually now our race leader has made his pit stop, and that's Curving Texas. He's come out in P5 behind Kickbutt Kiwi and Scarsouls. Yellow flag in Sector 3, and that's now Smokegrass that is retired from the session. Unfortunately, we can't see that because Shumbo is not racing. Unfortunately, I don't think he is anyway. But he's right on the back now of that Alfa Romeo of Kickbutt Kiwi. Is Curving Texas. He's probably going to dive down the inside here. Will he get the move done? He does get it done. Moves himself up into P5. Kickbutt Kiwi just slots back in behind him. Knows it's not worth a battle worth fighting. But now Scarsouls is definitely going to start to feel the pressure from the harsh driver behind him. You got a bad run out of that final sector. Did Scarsouls, will he actually get down the inside of him here? Curving Texas, no he won't. He's going to have to sit behind him for a little longer. He may get a move though down into turn 1. Scarsouls had a pretty bad run there. He's going to have slipstream and DRS I should say. He's running in low. DRS at the moment is Curving Texas. Trying to save as much as he can behind that Ferrari. Yellow flag in Sector 3 still. I do believe that's just Smokegrass's car, but that actually might be Golden Alpine, I think, has spun around. No, maybe not. Curving Texas actually nearly just re-ended the Scarsouls there. That was definitely very close. The Scarsouls now does not have the DRS available to him, but he's trying to defend the position as hard as he can, but Curving Texas had the slipstream and DRS. He doesn't fight it though, does Scarsouls. He knows it's also not a battle worth fighting in the end. And slots back in to P3. He's got the run at the moment of Scarsouls. He's going to try and go around the outside, heading down the back straight, but he's going to not. He's not going to give that position up. Is Curving Texas, and Scarsouls goes right around the outside there of the harsh driver. Nice move there from the Ferrari driver. Manages to pick that position back up, but Curving Texas is trying to go around the outside of the Ferrari driver, and he manages to get it done. They don't make contact by the looks of it. It was definitely very close, but another nice move there from Curving Texas two great moves we've seen in this Grand Prix. One from Banana Cake Pie going around the outside of El Tonki, and curving Texas going around the outside of Scarsouls at arguably the fastest section of the track. Nice move there from the Harsh driver. But as you can see now, Honest Crook... Actually, that's Candy Cane that's actually DC'd from the session. Now, Honest Crook has 2 seconds between him and Candy Cane ahead of him and 5 seconds behind him to Curving Texas. So, Honest Crook's going to be out for a little while. Wouldn't be surprised. Curving Texas looks like he's going to be doing a 2-stop here because he just put on another set of softs. So, he might be going for the 2-stop strategy here, is Curving Texas. Could he make it work? Kickback Kiwi and Scarsouls are going at it. They look like Kickback Kiwi got ahead of the Ferrari driver, but now Scarsouls is going to have the DRS down this back straight. Didn't defend that inside very nicely, but they actually did make contact there. Did Scarsouls and Kickback Kiwi. That could have potentially given the Ferrari front wing damage. But he gets the move done again. Does Scarsouls. Kickback Kiwi has to slot back into P5. Floggle Woggles and Ken Tenma are going at it there side by side. On the exit of the back straight. Ken Tenma is going around the outside, as you can see, of that racing point. He looks like he's slightly ahead at this point, but Floggle Woggles, is he going to try and be deep on the brakes? He's not deep enough. He sticks his nose in there. But Ken Tenma gives him the room he needs. And that was actually a corner cut there from Floggle Woggles, so he'll probably get a warning for that. But Ken Tenma holds on to P9 for the meantime. As you can see, Candy Cane. He's got 5 seconds between him and Honest Crook. Candy Cane, I do believe, has disconnected from the session, unfortunately. So I think that's why he was dropping so fast to Curving Texas. But anyway, we are currently sitting on lap 12 of 28. Still a long way left in this race. Honest Crook now right on the rear of Candy Cane. Probably will get the move done relatively easy due to the fact that Candy Cane does have a ghosted car. That's actually now Honest Crook pulling into the pit lane for his first stop. I do believe he may be also going for the 2-stop, and he has got a 5-second time penalty. Has Honest Crook, so that's unfortunate for him. For speeding in the pit lane, he's not going to be happy with that. There's actually front wing to the left of the front straight there. We'll try and find another driver that may be able to see it. You can see you have to look to the left-hand side of your screen. As you can see there, that was a little bit of front wing sitting on the wall of the front straight there. As you can see, that's Honest Crook coming out of the pits now. Ghost 01 GT and him are going to be neck to neck. But it looks like Honest Crook has a little bit of a gap, 2 seconds between him and the Red Bull behind him. Ken Tenma sitting in P8 at the moment. I do believe Toto and El Tonki. Toto is just past El Tonki as the Red Bull driver was in the pit lane. So he's moved himself up into P12, but that was actually him that spun around now on the exit of turn 3. So that's unfortunate there for the Williams, obviously struggling with rear grip. Blocky Rex now has retired from the session. So what's happened to the Red Bull driver? We're going to ride on board with El Tonki to see what's happened to him. As you can see, there's yellow flags in this next sector. Try and blind his car. That's it to the right of the wall, so I'm not too sure what's happened there. It looks like there's a driver there in front of him. That's Floggle Woggles, so I think Floggle Woggles has also retired from the session. So could we potentially see a safety car here? There's a lot of debris on the track as well. Hopefully we do see a safety car, because this would spice a few things up, bunching everybody back up. But Curving Texas still leads away. It looks like he'll be doing a two-stop strategy for this afternoon's Grand Prix. Laps remain in this Grand Prix. Halfway through the race, the drivers are. Still this man that leads away at the moment, Curving Texas. There's a 3-second gap between him and Candy Cane's Ghost Car. Kickbutt Kiwi is around 4-5 seconds behind our race leader at the moment of Curving Texas. Candy Cane's left the session again, so he's obviously having major technical difficulties at the moment. Is that Ferrari driver? Closest battle on track at the moment is between Ghost 01 GT and Honest Crook, who has now gone onto the hard tyre, so he is definitely doing a one-stop. He is going to the end of this Grand Prix. Ghost 01 GT on medium tyres. They're getting closer to each other. Candy Cane's joined the session again, so hopefully he can keep it that way. He's up 14 spots at the moment, considering what happened at the start of the Grand Prix. As you can see, the floodlights are now getting even brighter. On the Yas Marina track, it is starting to turn dark around the track. Stuffs that exit up there does Honest Crook, so that's going to cost him all the way down the straight. He does have DRS though, so that will hopefully bring him back very slightly. He probably would have been able to make a move there on Ghost 01 GT if he didn't stuff that up. But anyway, he'll have DRS again down the second straight. I don't think he'll be able to make a move. He's got DRS open now, has the Mercedes driver. Gets through there nicely. Toto's now in the pit, down in P12. We've had 3 retirements from the session, them being the Racing Point of Floggle Woggles, Blocky Rex for Renault, and finally Smokegrass in P15. And I don't think Shumbo is racing. I think he's disconnected from the session, unfortunately. So we're going to go through your grid now, as Curving Texas is heading into the middle sector now of his 16th lap. He leads the way at the moment, does our champion-elect of Curving Texas. Doesn't even have to compete in this race and he'll still win the championship, believe it or not. He didn't have to compete in probably the last 4 races, 5 races even. He's 200 odd points ahead of everyone, so he's won pretty much every round as the harsh driver. So will he be able to continue that for this afternoon's race? Kickbutt Kiwi is sitting in P2 at the moment for Alfa Romeo. He's got 6.1 seconds between him and the leader of Curving Texas, Candy Cane now. I'm not too sure if he has joined back. It looks like he has, but he's right on the rear now of Kickbutt Kiwi. I actually think that's his AI car of Candy Cane's. But anyway, Scar Souls is sitting in P4 at the moment for Ferrari. Banana Cake Pie, MP5 for Renault. P6 is Ghost 01 GT for Red Bull, behind him is Honest Crook. Ken Tenmar's got 7.3 seconds. He's got to try and make up to catch up to Honest Crook. Goes 01 GT. Started to pull away now, I should say, from the Mercedes behind him of Honest Crook. Aussie Suspect now, MP9 and running a top 10 is the Red Bull driver of El Tonki. Golden Alpine sitting MP11 at the moment ahead of Toto MP12. We're going to have a quick look here to see who actually has the fastest lap. I think it is Andy Kane. It is. He has set a 1 minute 1.9. So that's going to be a very tough time to beat, if I have to be honest. But very, very tough. I'll say I'll pay anyone $20 if they're able to beat that time. I probably shouldn't have said that because now you're going to get someone cutting the track just to beat that time. But they have 11 laps remaining in this Grand Prix. Do the drivers... Unfortunately, there's no one's actually really close to each other at the moment. Besides Scarsols and Kentema, so that's my bad. I had that on leader, not interval. I was going to say there was a big gap between everyone. But anyway, Scarsols now has Kentema in his sights. Kentema will not have DRS, but he's trying to break the slipstream from the Ferrari behind him. He is in the slipstream, DRS, and he has ERS up into overtake. He's going to go down the inside. Coming down the back straight is Scarsols. He manages to pull it up just slightly. Kentema's going to try and hang it around the outside, but unfortunately was not able to. But he will get the DRS though. Will Kentema? He's unfortunately lost a bit of time though. Artie Shanks has joined the session back. I don't think he did qualifying. I think he did qualifying, but unfortunately didn't start the race. So that's unfortunate there for Artie Shanks. But anyway, Scarsols is now moving himself up in a P7. Currently the driver that has moved up the most spots is Candy Cane, but we're not going to really count him because after that stuff that happened at the first lap, that doesn't really count to be honest. But it is Aussie Suspect and Honest Crook that have moved up the most positions that are going for the driver of the day. So that could be a little tight battle as well between Golden Alpine and Honest Crook. They both have moved up the second most positions after Candy Cane, but Candy Cane obviously did have that issue at the start of the race, allowing him to go before anyone else. That's when he set that 1 minute 1. Aussie Suspect has now got a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So that's unfortunate there for the harsh driver. That's now the kickbutt Kiwi right on the back of Honest Crook. He's going to have the slipstream and DRS is the Alfa Romeo driver. He's going to go around the outside of the Mercedes. Is he going to go deeper? Is Honest Crook? No, he's not. They both managed to pull it up. I think Honest Crook's going to wait for the DRS down this next straight, but he's actually got a bit of a gap now. His kickbutt. He's not going to be close enough, I don't think, Honest Crook. He's going to try and break the slipstream. His kickbutt Kiwi, though. Will he dive down the inside, Honest Crook? He goes for the gap. He unfortunately was not deep enough, though, and has to slot back in behind the Alfa Romeo driver and has to sit, or settle, I should say, for P6. In the end. As I did say before, this is the final round of the PS4 Pacific Series. After this week, all the, the regional series, including the European series and the American series, will be wrapped up. So, if you are wanting to join for Season 2 of the regional series, we currently hold PS4, Xbox One, and PC Pacific Series, America's Series, and European Series. So if you are within any of those regions, do not be afraid to click the link in the description and sign up to Season 2. We already have 150 drivers signed up in just under a week. Vlogger Woggles now is unfortunately disconnected from the sessions. Hopefully he's able to join back. But if you are wanting to join a very competitive league with multiple different driver capabilities, there is a Tier 1 and Tier 2 league for Pacific Series. We're hoping to expand that to 3 tiers if we can get enough drivers. But don't be afraid to sign up and then join our Discord server below, in the description below, to always get notified about all the different leagues. And if you do have any questions, join that Discord server and don't be afraid to ask one of the managers or the administrators They will be more than happy to answer your questions. Nine laps remain in this Grand Prix. Curving Texas has now come in for his second stop. Onto the medium tyre. He goes. Making that two-stop work very nicely is Curving Texas. He's got Banana Cake Pie in front of him, who is on the medium tyre, and they do look like they are very warm considering the amount of traction or grip he had out of that final corner. Ghost 01 GT now coming into the pits. I do believe he'll be putting on a fresh set of medium tyres. Potentially could be softs. I think that's actually red tyres there. For the Red Bull driver, that is red tyres, so he will be chucking on a fresh set of soft tyres in that number 15 car. Banana Cake Pie currently leads away as it stands ahead of Curving Texas. He's going to go down the inside now. Is Curving Texas. He will get the move done on Banana Cake Pie pretty easily, considering he has the fresher tyres, DRS and Slipstream. I think Banana Cake Pie will start to fall into the hands of Kickbutt Kiwi behind him. Now Curving Texas takes back that lead, perfecting that two-stop strategy very nicely. But now Scarsols and Honest Crook are still going at it for the battle of P4. He's actually very deep there in Scarsols, and he actually hit the rear of the Mercedes that he's battling. So you probably shouldn't be making a move on Honest Crook here, because that will be most likely counted as a bump and run. He's in the slipstream now. It's Scarsols. He's going to go down the inside. This is now the battle for P3, considering Banana Cake Pie is in the pit lane now. Honest Crook's trying to hang it around the outside through turn 2, but he unfortunately was not able to get that move done. But he will have the DRS going down the back straight, assuming he stays within 1 second to that Ferrari car of Scarsols in front of him. I don't think he'll mind too much, Honest Crook, sitting behind, or being behind Scarsols at this point, because he will get the DRS. Runs very deep into the hairpin though, so hopefully he can not lose too much time down this straight. He's not close enough to make a move into this first lot of chicanes, but most likely will be for this next back straight, as he will have DRS Slipstream and ERS to utilise. Sorry about that. Unfortunately, he actually was not able to make that move, was Honest Crook. Made that mistake through the hairpin section of the track. I do believe that is turn 7. Don't quote me on that though. Turn 6 it might be, but anyway. Turn 6 or 7. He made a mistake through there, and that cost him a lot. Now Scarsols is nearly out of that DRS range. It's down to 0.8 of a second now. And now it is 1 second between Scarsols and Honest Crook. So Scarsols looking a lot quicker at the moment than that Ferrari, looking on for a nice podium result here for the Ferrari team. 6 laps remain in this Grand Prix. Ghost 01 GT starting to catch up to Banana Cake Pie now. They're both on the soft compound of tyres. Toto also picked up another 3-second penalty as well. Got to read that out now. Tonki down in P10 has got a 3-second time penalty. He's got 19 seconds between him and Toto behind him, so he should be good to hold on to that P10 spot. Yellow flag in sector 2 and 3. What's that for? Actually looked like Golden Alpine, I think. Had a bit of an incident there, but anyway. Ghost 01 GT still not really close enough to make a move on Banana Cake Pie. He is within DRS range, but he's going to have to get a little bit closer to the rear gearbox of that Renault if he wants to make a move on him. Doesn't have much ERS to utilise either, does the Red Bull. He definitely seems to be a lot quicker at the moment than Banana Cake Pie in front of him. Still that yellow flag in Sector 2. I'm not too sure what that's for. That's Golden Alpine now in the pit lane. Is Ghost 01 GT close enough now? He will be within DRS range, but... He's also got Candy Cane in front of him, so this will be the battle for P5, considering Candy Cane did not. Is not currently in the session. He's going to try and make a move, is Ghost 01 GT, but I think he'll try and wait for the next DRS range. He gets a nice run though compared to Banana Cake Pie. Banana ran a little bit wide on the exit of the back straight, but he got very nice drive out of that final chicane though. So that should be enough to hold Ghost 01 GT behind for another lap. You can see now that's Candy Cane's Ghost Car getting passed by Banana Cake Pie. This will be the battle for P5 in this race. There's 4 laps remaining in this Grand Prix. You can see it's pretty much under lights now, the race. Still a little bit bright, but if we were doing a 100% race, I definitely think it would have been dark. But anyway. See that Scarsoils and Toto. That's Toto getting out of the way as he is lapped down in P11. Currently the main battle on racetrack is Ghost 01 GT and Banana Cake Pie. He does have DRS slipstream and he's not using any ERS at the moment. Actually now he's just turned it up into hot lap. Has a Red Bull. Will he dive down the inside? He thought about it. He's actually hit the rear of Banana Cake Pie, so that could have potentially given him front wing damage. Has the Red Bull. Will he have any front wing damage? I would like to get the feeling he does. No, it doesn't actually look like it. But he's going to try and go around the outside of Banana Cake Pie, coming into the chicane. Will he get the move done? Banana Cake's got the inside line, but then switches back to it goes to 1 GT. They're still side by side, but Banana Cake Pie manages to hold on to that position in the end. But he's going to go back down the inside. It's Ghost 01 GT. They made contact, and now Ghost 01 GT is in the wall. Very ambitious move there from Banana Cake Pie. So not from Banana Cake Pie, Ghost 01 GT, but it didn't look like Banana Cake gave him any room. He was clearly up the inside of him. So that's definitely going to be one for the stewards to look at. But currently our driver of the day as it stands with 3 laps remaining, it will be Honest Crook, as he has moved up the most positions. We're not counting Candy Cane after that incident that he had at the start of the race. He's going to go down, he's going to get past the lap car now of Toto. So Toto's car actually just went flying off there. I think that was actually Toto. But anyway, he's getting out of the way now of all these cars that are on the lead lap. And now this is actually Altonki coming into the pits. I do believe he has a 5-second stop penalty. Stop-go penalty. He does have to serve. So will his mechanic sit there for an extra 5 seconds? No, maybe not. He doesn't. Might have been another driver, but anyway. Curving Texas still leads away. I'm going to have a quick look, actually. Give me 1 second. I'm going to try and find out how many races Curving Texas has won. I think he's honestly won the majority of them, but... Well, I know he's run the majority of them, I should say. Curving Texas has won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 of the 20 races he's raced in. And only one of those races have been off the podium. So he's been on the podium for 19 of the 20 races. And his worst result was 6th in Austria, where Shumbo took the win. That's pretty impressive, to be honest. He'll definitely be looking to make the step up into the Tier 1 League for next season. About to head on to the penultimate lap is our champion-elect, Curving Texas. I'll run through the order now as Curving Texas is about to start the penultimate lap of the Grand Prix. 2 laps remaining in the Spec Esports PS4 Tier 2 season. It's Curving Texas that leads away with 7.4 seconds ahead of Kickbutt Kiwi in the Alfa Romeo MP2. Scarsoul's MP3 for Ferrari, ahead of Honest Crook, MP4 for Mercedes, P5 is the Renault of Banana Cake Pie, who will be under investigation, I'm pretty sure, after that incident with Go01 GT. Candy Cane's Gabe's car is currently sitting MP6, but will most likely be caught by Go01 GT behind him, MP7. Ken 10 miles coming home. By the looks of it, for P80 is a 21 seconds gap between him and the driver behind of Aussie Suspect, MP9. P10 is Altonki, who's actually looking to try and unlap himself by the look of it. On Curving Texas, actually, he is a ghost car, so he's going to try and unlap himself by the looks of it. But anyway. Then Golden Alpine's going to come home for P11. So now we've actually had 4 retirements in the session. Them being Toto, Flogger Woggles, Locky Rex, and Smokegrass. Shumbo, I think, unfortunately, has disconnected from the session. Altonki seems to be on fresher tyres at the moment. Then Curving Texas. But our race leader is about to start his final lap of the Grand Prix. He's heading into the hotel section now. He heads on to the final lap now. He already knows it. It'd be funny if he crashed, but anyway. We're going to ride on board with him for his final lap of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix and the Season 1 of the Spec Esports PS4 Pacific Series Tier 2. No one's really in a battle with anyone else at the moment, as you can see by the intervals on your left. Very, very well deserved win from Curving Texas it will be. Haas F1 team also have already wrapped up the Constructors title, but that will be 2 championships for Haas. He's heading through the final sector now. It is curving Texas. As I said before, it's been a very well-deserved win for the Haas F1 driver, and it will be a Constructors title for Haas F1 team. Curving Texas comes around the final corner, and he wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Also the the Pacific Series Championship Tier 2. Congratulations to Curving Texas for the win. Kickback Kiwi's going to come home in P2 for Alfa Romeo. Scar Souls is going to come home P3 for Ferrari. Ahead of Honest Crook in P4. He's actually going to come home P3 now as Honest Crook, so he's going to take the driver of the day. No, but he's going to come home P4 because Banana Cake Pie is going to come home P3 for Renault. Honest Crook going to take the driver of the day by the looks of it. He's gone up the most positions. As you've seen, Scar Souls is going to come home P6. Ken Tenma is going to come home P7 pretty comfortably. He's going to come home P7 ahead of Scar Souls actually as well. So congratulations to him. Scar Souls in P8. P9 will be Aussie Suspect. And then coming through the middle sector now will be El Tonki. You can see now, congratulations to Curving Texas for winning the Race Spec Esports PS4 Pacific Series, the first ever winner or the champion of the league. Congratulations to him. But as you can see, our last driver to complete the race cuts that final corner, but who cares? It will be El Tonki that comes home in P10, taking the final point home in the end. Congratulations to all the drivers and our world champion, Curving Texas. And congratulations to Haas F1 team for taking home the Constructors title. Here, as you can see on your screens now, are the provisional results for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Curving Texas comes home and takes the Formula 1 World Championship, Race Spec Esports PS4 Pacific Series World Championship, ahead of Kickbutt Kiwi in P2. Congratulations to our podium getters also of Banana Cake Pie. Honest Crook comes home P4 for Mercedes AMG Petronas. P5, Candy Cane. P6 goes 01 GT ahead of Ken Tenma in P7. Scar Souls comes home P8 for Ferrari. Congratulations to him. Sorry about that. Aussie Suspect comes home P9, and then El Tonki will round out your top 10 in this Grand Prix. P11 will be Golden Alpine for Toro Rosso, and unfortunately the rest of the drivers did not finish the race or were disconnected from the session. Then being Toto, Flogger Woggles, Blocky Rex, Smokegrass, and also what was his name? I completely forgot his name, but anyway. That has been the Race Spec Esports PS4 Pacific Series Tier 2. It's been an honor commentating. I know I've missed a few races this season. I do apologize for that. Hopefully next season, though, I will be back for some more rounds. I should be doing the full season, hopefully, of Tier 1 or Tier 2. I'll have to see where I get put into. But my name is Expert for one last time, and I will see you guys next time.